And staying in the United States, a major conflict has escalated between President Donald Trump's administration and some of the nation's top universities, including Harvard, Columbia, Yale, and Princeton. The White House announced it would freeze more than $2.2 billion in federal funding to Harvard University after the school rejected a list of demands from the government to combat anti-Semitism on campus. The White House, in its 10-point letter, demanded the university start reporting students hostile to American values, increasing viewpoint diversity in departments, hiring external government-approved auditors, checking faculty for plagiarism, and taking disciplinary actions against protesters.
We have informed the administration through our legal counsel that we will not accept their proposed agreement. No government, regardless of which party is in power, should dictate what private universities can teach, whom they can admit and hire, and which areas of study and inquiry they can pursue.
Following Harvard's rejection, the White House press secretary Carolyn Leavitt said the president wanted the university to apologize for what his administration says is continuing tolerance of anti-Semitism.
Sure. First, when it comes to Harvard, as I said, the president has been quite clear they must follow federal law. He also wants to see Harvard apologize, and Harvard should apologize for the egregious anti-Semitism that took place on their college campus against Jewish American students. The university failed to impose formal discipline on any students for this anti-Semitic conduct violations, including the occupation of a campus building and the disruption of classes with bullhorn.
Now, not just Harvard, but this conflict is part of a wider crackdown involving at least 7 universities. After the Trump administration demands, Columbia University also agreed to a few of them, including banning face masks during protests, restricting demonstrations inside academic buildings, and reviewing its Middle East Studies programs. Columbia, however, also expressed its intention to defend academic freedoms while continuing negotiations with the government. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama voiced his support for Harvard. In a public statement, the former president praised Harvard for rejecting what he called an unlawful attempt to stifle academic freedom.
Harvard has set an example for other higher ed institutions, rejecting an unlawful and ham-handed attempt to stifle academic freedom, while taking concrete steps to make sure all students at Harvard can benefit from an environment of intellectual inquiry, rigorous debate, and mutual respect. Let's hope other institutions follow suit.
The Trump administration's task force has already frozen over or canceled over $11 billion in federal funding and revoked visas for more than 300 students, postdocs, and recent graduates involved in campus protests. So as the standoff continues, the Trump administration's next move and how universities will respond remains uncertain. And it seems this battle for control over campus policies and federal funding is far from over.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India. What we saw in Kashmir.
The Prime Minister Modi.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.